In a world defined by rapid innovation, bold ideas, and shifting power structures, technology is no longer just a tool. It's a battleground for justice, equity, and transformation. From the heart of Africa to the global stage, the digital revolution is rewriting the rules of work, learning, and connection. Welcome to Take on Tech, your front row seat to the breakthroughs, battles, and bold thinkers shaping our digital future. In this episode, we explore how Kenyan content moderators are taking on big tech, how Africa is building its first AI factory, and how homegrown innovations like Zerobionics are defining inclusion in science and technology. This isn't just tech news, it's the human story behind the code. So let's take on tech. First up, behind the safe content you scroll through daily are digital gatekeepers. Content moderators, often invisible and overlooked, yet vital in keeping our online spaces safe. But now, they're demanding to be seen and heard. In Nairobi, a landmark movement is underway. Content moderators, tasked with filtering disturbing materials on platforms like Meta, ByteDance, and Alphabet, have come together to launch the Global Trade Union Alliance of Content Moderators. The goal? To hold big tech accountable for exploitative labor practices, including poor pay, unrealistic quotas, and the mental health toll of reviewing graphic content daily. Moderators face alarming rates of depression, PTSD, and anxiety, all while being contractually barred from unionizing or speaking publicly. The alliance, launched here in Kenya, seeks to shift this dynamic, calling for fair compensation, mental health support, and formal union recognition. With Kenya taking center stage in this global labor movement, the world is watching to see if big tech will listen.
Content moderation for most social media platforms is outsourced to companies in low-wage countries like Kenya. Workers face minimal pay, relentless hours, and exposure to traumatizing material. Many report severe mental health issues.
The biggest challenges I face in content moderation is actually paranoia. It keeps on lingering in my mind, so it finds me projecting what I've read or what I've seen to those around me. Tonight, struggling with sleep, which it was really a toll on it.
For me, I would have panic attacks after seeing tickets. I would be rushed out. I can't breathe. I would be shivering. I would be cold. I developed low blood pressure. I developed asthma. I developed a lot of conditions which I never had. I lost so much weight from 60-something kgs, I think 62, to 45 kgs.
But there is no support system in place. Why? They don't have a union.
So many content moderators and tech workers are so afraid to speak about what they are going through because one, most of them doesn't know that unions exist. That's why we are working to bring awareness that the trade union is here with us and that workers should be joining a trade union. If content moderators speak all over the world about the kind of low pay or low wages that they are getting, then we're going to have some regulations that can regulate these companies to pay some kind of reasonable wages.
Now, workers are saying enough. They are organizing, building unions, and demanding their voices be heard.
Je suis pour l'idée de me syndiquer, vu la nature de travail au quotidien et vu l'impact psychique. Nous avons besoin d'une organisation qui va nous défendre et porter nos doléances.
Le fait de syndiquer avec les collègues, ça peut nous aider pour avoir des solutions contre les problèmes rencontrés durant le travail, durant la modération.
I'm with the idea of unionizing my friends and my colleagues so that their rights could be fought for equitably by our great union.
Bold move that signals Africa's readiness to lead in the next frontier, Kenya has launched the continent's first AI factory. A strategic collaboration between US-based Simba AI and Kenya's Leash AI Labs, has birthed a fully operational AI artificial intelligence factory. This isn't just a tech milestone, it's a nation staking its claim in global innovation. The factory is set to accelerate AI model development, data training, and ethical deployment, with Leash AI Labs providing high-speed fiber infrastructure and talent pipelines, and Simba AI bringing international expertise. This initiative is poised to make Kenya an AI powerhouse. The facility aligns with the National Artificial Intelligence Strategy 2025-2030, recently launched by the Ministry of ICT and Digital Economy. The strategy prioritizes responsible AI, job creation, inclusive innovation, and commercialization of locally developed solutions. With this factory, Kenya isn't just consuming AI, it's producing it. And it's doing so with purpose, ethics, and a vision for inclusive growth. In our global tech briefs, Meta reported a $42.3 billion Q1 revenue, riding high on AI innovation and Llama 4 rollout. Meta reported a 16% year-over-year revenue increase to $42.3 billion in Q1 2025, with net income rising 35% to $16.7 billion. The company is investing heavily in AI development, including infrastructure enhancements and new AI tools like Llama 4. IBM is investing $150 billion in US tech development, with a focus on quantum and mainframe computing. IBM announced a $150 billion investment in the US over the next 5 years, with $30 billion dedicated to research and development in mainframe and quantum computing. This move aligns with efforts to bolster domestic tech capabilities amid global trade tensions. Apple braces for supply chain turbulence as tariffs reshape its China to India assembly transition. Apple's incoming fiscal Q2 2025 earnings call is expected to address concerns over new US tariffs impacting its China-based supply chain. Analysts are watching how Apple will handle potential price increases and the progress on shifting iPhone assembly to India by 2026.
Today we feature an exceptional startup, Zerobionics, who are transforming STEM education for the hearing impaired through innovative robotics. Yes, they're using robotic arms for sign interpretation. You will love it. For this and more stories, we got you here on Take on Tech.
Meet Zerobionics, a transformative solution changing how deaf students learn STEM. We interviewed Nora Kimathi, co-founder of Zerobionics, who shared the inspiring story behind the creation of Zerobionics.
4 years ago, I was in an organic chemistry class. I know how we all read all those chemical equations in organic chemistry. I didn't understand a thing, and I could hear and I could speak. For the past 2 years, we've been moving from school to school with Young Scientists Kenya, training young students on STEM-related courses. And on one particular session, we were paired with a group of hearing impaired students. So the sign interpreter simply looked at me, shook his head and told me there were no signs for the technical words you're trying to explain. These students are only taught basic human communication. So what I had to do for the subsequent sessions was get my phone, as small as it is, and the corresponding words and teach using that. So you can imagine what was meant to be 1 hour was 5 hours of frustration. So with that, we came up with Zerobionics. None of us knew how to do sign language. I mean, it definitely brought about the whole essence of it. And now we have our robotic arm.
How it works and the remarkable impact it has made. Zerobionics is a groundbreaking robotic arm designed to facilitate real-time communication between students with hearing impairments and their instructors, particularly in STEM courses.
It's very hard to train a human on STEM-related sign concepts. You can imagine signing something as complex as chloromethane. But you see, the thing with a robot and with the coming of AI, it's very easy to cumulatively and iteratively train a model to learn these things and improve over time. So that's where the tech aspect of it came in. For a human, it's very easy for them to sign easy stuff such as hello. It's very easy, or my name is Nora. It's very easy to sign such things, but very complex related concepts that are in engineering and mathematics, it's very hard to train them on this. So that's where we came up with a system where we can train it with these given models.
Powered by advanced hand tracking technology and AI-driven algorithms, it accurately recognizes sign language gestures and translates them into readable text, bridging the communication gap in STEM education. The impact of Zerobionics has been profound, transforming the learning experience for countless students in Kenya and beyond. The team intentionally focused on STEM content, an area often overlooked by traditional translation tools, ensuring that students with hearing impairments can fully participate and thrive in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
You realize that one STEM-related concept, let's say aerospace engineering, it has a wide variety of things you can teach about or even explain about. These concepts are so diverse and varied, so being able to train it on these things is insane. For example, right now we are focusing on robotics. We've been able to train 90 billion parameters, and it's still not enough. It's still not enough, so getting that, and it definitely requires a lot of computing power. So luckily enough, with the help of Strathmore University, we've been able to get the computing power we require and the lab equipment. We've also been able to acquire from Bamboo Labs due to the award that we received from the Global Learning Council late last year in 2024 as STEM Enabler in Africa.
The innovative work has earned widespread recognition, including the Youngest Innovator Award at the Africa Tech Summit, the QS Impact Award, and the STEM Enabler Africa 2024 Award by the Global Learning Council in Switzerland, among many others. Importantly, Zerobionics also champions sustainability by building their robotic arms using recycled materials, making this innovation not only inclusive but also environmentally conscious.
We build our robotic exoskeletons using recycled plastics. So we are definitely solving two problems at the same time, that is environmental degradation and accessibility. So we've been able to actually reduce our production cost to close to 95%, because the only thing we need is power costs, because we're using recycled plastics. So our production cost has been lowered to close to 95%. This is something that we've worked with the Kenya Climate Innovation and the Climate Launchpad in coordination to ensure that it's seamless and it works with that. So we sell a robotic prosthetic at $5,000 as compared to normal robotic prosthetics that go for $50,000 because they use the tech in itself. So our robotic prosthetic works on 2G, 4G wireless networks. So for remote areas where, in areas such as Marsabit, where connectivity is a problem, the system works offline, so it's able to serve these communities too. Actually, most of the pilots that we did are in remote areas such as Garissa, where we didn't require internet connectivity. So we are now training the model to be multilingual. That is, it can take languages from Nigeria, South Africa. You know, South Africa has so many languages actually. If I start, so we are training it on the multilingual modes, so that by the end of the year, that is 2025, we're able to now export to different parts of the world, and it can be able to receive tailoring based off of the context that it's in. Because you realize that most of these guys who are hearing impaired are usually pushed to the marginalized areas where English is not a common thing. They mostly speak their local language. If you think about Kenya right now, most of the hearing impaired kids, where they we shouldn't even get to that. But yeah, so we are trying to tailor to that. So the end goal definitely is that by the end of the next 5 years, every classroom with a hearing impaired kid is able to receive accommodation in these STEM-related courses. It can process English, Kiswahili, and now we are working on Sheng, because we did realize that kids in Kibera, as much as yes, Kiswahili or English is a national language, what do they understand more? It's Sheng. So we are training on that, but yeah, we're also working on the other languages. Obviously, you know, in the Western countries, there are also other languages to accommodate. We have 2 Australian engineers that are currently working with us to train in the machine learning aspect of it and to train that abroad. For me, if I didn't decide to take a bold step with the little that I had, I wouldn't be where I am. So I feel like no matter what you have, even if it's the little, even if you feel like you have the tiniest of opportunity to be able to put yourself out there, just put yourself out there. I feel like the world right now, or any tech innovator that you're looking up to, was once in your place with something little but with an innovation in mind, and they took the bold step and went ahead. We have enough perfectionists, as I was saying, so you don't need to be a perfectionist. You just need to have an idea and put it out there. So regardless of whatever you have, just take that step and be the next top CEO in Kenya.
From labor rights in the digital trenches to AI factories and inclusive robotics, Kenya is not just witnessing the tech revolution, it's driving it.
That's it from Take on Tech. But before you leave, we'd love your comment on Zerobionics, the company that we've featured today, who are not only promoting accessibility through technology, but also helping in environment conservation at the same time. Talk to us. The hashtag to use is Take on Tech at KBC Channel 1. My personal handle is at Stephanie Ayeta. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Until then, let's keep it tech.